Welcome back to BST, everybody, your favorite father-son podcast. We've been experiencing some major technical difficulties with our microphones. So right now, we only have one mic set up. So bear with us if the audio sucks when I review this video. I hope we've done multiple tests, so hopefully it sounds good. But there's a huge chance that it could suck.
Well, if the audio sucks, I blame it on our producer.
Yeah.
I mean, we send this stuff to him, and he's supposed to clean it up. So if the quality is not very good, it's his fault.
Yeah. Blame producer. But coming on here today to talk about Championship Sunday of the NFL, AFC, NFC Championship. You had the Eagles advancing, beating the Commanders 55-23. You had the Chiefs advancing, beating the Bills 32-29.
What'd I tell you?
Yeah, we'll get to that one later. But first, please like, subscribe, comment, check out TikTok, Twitter, all that stuff, YouTube Shorts. We really appreciate the recent what's the word?
Support.
The recent support. Yeah, I think we're up to 54 subscribers now, so that's pretty cool. Hopefully it keeps growing. We like doing this stuff, just coming on here talking about sports. So
complaining about sports.
Complaining will be more later. Okay. But first game at 1 o'clock this afternoon was the Eagles and the Commanders. Like I said, the Eagles won 55-23. It was not. It was kind of close for a little bit, but Eagles really just destroyed the Commanders offensively.
Turnovers.
Yeah, Commanders had a few turnovers, but the Eagles really marched the ball all day. Saquon averaged 7.9 yards per carry. He had 3 touchdowns. I think they had 7 total rushing touchdowns on the day, which is insane. I think for the Commanders, their defense wasn't ready this year to make a run to the Super Bowl.
Damn near.
Yeah, but like
to say they're not ready to make a run. I mean, they made a pretty good run.
Yeah, but like look at their team. This was not like there's better.
They overachieved. They overachieved for sure.
There's better to come for them. But
I hope Jaden Daniels doesn't get the curse of Dan Marino, and you think that he'll be back to many Super Bowls or many NFC championships,
and then it doesn't happen.
Then it never happens. But
yeah, you never know.
I mean, he had a great playoff, great
best rookie season of all time.
Great season, great playoff. I was impressed with Jaden Daniels.
This game, kind of those 3 fumbles, as you mentioned, were really the killer for him. At costly times too, because I think it was like 34-23, and they had the ball, and that fumble was especially costly because
felt like they were going to be the cardiac.
Yeah, like they could have. I thought maybe they put a drive here, and so the Eagles can run the ball really well. That's obvious. Their passing offense, even though they did good this game, I still have my concerns with their passing offense, but that's just me.
I think the Eagles will go as far as Saquon Barkley will take them.
And their defense is good. They're probably the best defense in the NFL.
Yeah, definitely tough.
But this sets up a good matchup. The Eagles, they're back in the Super Bowl for the second time in 3 years, which is kind of crazy to think that Nick Sirianni has made it to 2 Super Bowls, and he gets hated on more than any other coach probably in the league. One of them.
They definitely.
Best roster in the NFL. I've said that before. I feel pretty vindicated in that positioning
until they play Kansas City. Like I've said all year long,
you can still have the best roster in the NFL. Yeah. But
they're lacking the best player in the NFL, and that's Patrick Mahomes. So
he's not the best player. Anyway,
If Patrick Mahomes isn't, I don't know who is.
we didn't want to touch too much on this
Josh Allen.
game. This game kind of sucked. So
Yeah.
Eagles move on, go to the Super Bowl. Congratulations.
Yep.
I will be cheering for the Eagles. Go Birds. Hate saying that, but it's what the Chiefs have done to us.
Packer fans feel better that they lost to the eventual NFC champion?
No, I don't. I don't care.
I just wonder if there's some of those fans out there that lose to the eventual Super Bowl winner or whatever, and it's like, oh well, at least we lost to the one that went on to win it all. But
if they
felt like the Packers and the Rams really tested them, or maybe those two defenses held them down,
or made the blueprint,
or Philly just got back into rhythm or something after 2 games. But honestly, it felt like Stafford. It felt like the Rams were going to beat them. It felt like if they play them without the snow, they win. I don't know.
The difference here is they've been able to run the ball all playoffs, but this game, the passing game really got going for the Eagles. So it's going to be interesting against Kansas City if they can do that. We'll probably come out with a Super Bowl preview. We haven't really done previews all season, but it's the biggest game of the year, so we might as well do one for the Super Bowl and have our predictions and stuff.
We going to cover the Pro Bowl?
No. Maybe. I don't know. We already covered the rosters. That's the most important part of that. But yeah, Eagles move on, destroyed the Commanders. It was I kind of expected it. Yeah. They were almost touchdown favorites, Not the Commanders' year. They'll be back, though. They got a good young team, star quarterback. They'll be back next year.
Let's get to the Chiefs-Bills.
Hey, the only thing these two teams can say is at least they're not the Cowboys. At least they're not the Cowboys. I think, did you see that video of the Commanders fans and Eagles fans before the game saying Dallas sucks, chanting that in unison? If that's not just the worst sight for a Cowboys fan, I don't know what is. And then there's the Giants who watched this game probably in agony.
If there's one thing that you learn from watching a lot of NFL football is it's a new year. You never know, right?
True.
You never know. They got a new coach. Cowboys have a new coach coming in. They still got a lot of good players. You got to play them twice if you're Washington and Philly. So, the road back is hard.
It is.
So, but that's why you got to capitalize when you're there.
It's true. So. Let's move on to the game everybody else cares about and I care about, and I actually watch this game, so I'll know more. Kansas City.
We'll start it off. I've said in the 8 weeks this podcast has existed, I don't know, 10 weeks, whatever it is. How long it is. Oh, and even before we started recording these episodes, Kansas City is winning the Super Bowl. I've said it the whole time. I
don't remember you saying that.
I've said it the whole time.
I don't think he said that.
Yep. 3 peats happening.
I think he's trying to take my take.
No. You see, you're very inconsistent. I watched last week's episode where you were saying you were thinking all year long that Kansas City's going to win.
Yeah, in the back of my head.
No. You're very vocal. You're very vocal on this show.
I didn't say it up here, but back here.
You were very vocal on this show that there was no way they were winning.
I'm sorry. You beat the Raiders by a fumbled snap. I'm not going to think you're winning the Super Bowl.
Well,
this is a way different team than we saw in November.
The Chiefs play to their competition enough to beat whoever they're playing. And this year, it just so happens they do it by 1 score, and they do it late. But, come on. Kansas City's winning the Super Bowl. 3-peat is happening.
No, it's not.
Yeah.
No, it's not.
I just, in the critical moments, Kansas City fumbled in the first half of this game. It gave the Bills a chance. They go up 10-7, and Kansas City's like, all right, we'll just score twice more. So they go up 21-10, just like that. It doesn't seem like anything impacts this team. They have turnovers. Even though the Bills made them pay and they scored off that turnover, you have to score a touchdown every possession to beat Kansas City, especially in their building.
You don't have to score one every possession.
Every possession.
But you have to. The Bills squandered this game when they had the 22-21 lead with the ball and they got stopped on 4th down. Now, was it a first down? Maybe. Should the NFL put a chip in the ball so we can actually just see where the ball is?
I just want to know. I just want to know who makes that decision on the side, because there's a ball judge, right? You got the two guys on the side. They both come running in. One's slightly ahead, the other is slightly back.
Well, it's an outdated system.
So who gets that call? Clearly, I guess the guy that was back got the call.
It's an outdated system. How can a guy 20 yards or so away from the play judge where the ball is?
Yeah.
You know,
I felt like it was a first down. I thought they got
one angle looked like it was. One angle
the overhead
looked like
view looked like he got it. The one side looked like he got it. The other side you couldn't tell where the ball was, and it felt like the guy that came in running from the side, he was on the angle that you could actually see the ball. The guy that marked it couldn't see the ball.
Do they score? Who knows? It's a game of what if.
It is,
but do I like to think they scored?
But what we know happened is 5 plays later, the Chiefs scored.
Yeah.
So
one thing I don't want to get wrong here is I thought the refs were pretty good in this game. Yeah, I thought it was a consistent, not a bunch of penalties game, which I like in the playoffs. I don't want to see a game where they do a run, holding on a suspect holding call for just to throw it. I felt like they were pretty consistent throughout the game.
Yeah.
And they were
better than last week.
It felt like there weren't very many suspect penalty calls. It was more calls in general on different plays, like the Xavier Worthy catch. Is that a catch? Is it not? I don't know the exact rule on something like that.
It seemed like we were complaining about missed holdings on Kansas City.
That's happened for you
a lot,
though.
Then I don't know that we seem to notice if the Bills were holding and they didn't get called.
No, because we were cheering for the Bills in this game.
Yeah.
So naturally, I'm going to look for that more.
The Bills might have been holding just as much. So yeah, overall, I agree. The refs weren't bad.
This wasn't a game.
The refs didn't win the game.
No, the Chiefs didn't win because of the refs.
No.
You can say all you want, the Kansas City refs. I've said it before. I'm probably going to say it to the Super Bowl. But, like, this game specifically, there wasn't that one call, that one penalty flag where I'm like, are we serious? Like, are we actually throwing that flag right now to help them? But ultimately, I feel you got to feel for Josh Allen. Didn't play a perfect game.
Yeah.
Bunch of missed opportunities. Honestly, I felt like the play calling in this game was pretty atrocious by the Bills. Like,
well,
on the 3rd and 10, before the 4th and 5, which basically ended the game, you threw a screen pass? That made no sense to me. Now they got 5 yards on it, but like, why? What's the point? That is a very odd call to me.
Yeah.
Multiple of those QB sneaks, you're doing the tush push formation, but you're not even pushing on Josh Allen's tush.
Well, and they knew he wanted to go left. Tony Romo was saying it, and they were stacked to go left, but there was no audible. There was nothing to.
Why not do
that.
A tendency breaker?
Do something different. But here's my support for why you need to score every possession. The Bills received the opening kickoff. They went 3 and out.
Yeah.
You give it to Kansas City. They have their best drive all year. Go right down and score.
Yeah.
If the Bills can go down and score on that opening possession, then it makes it that much better. They're already level, if not ahead, potentially when they force the fumble. Then you're going up 2 scores when you do that, right? So to beat Kansas City in the playoffs, for the Bills to do it, they need to score every time. Every time. Because clearly it's not working when you don't score every time. They're losing all of these games by a score, by a field goal. My God, they scored with 13 seconds left.
It's
3 years ago. And they tied it.
It's frustrating.
Why can't Green Bay do that?
Kansas City plays the most consistent game in NFL history.
Oh yeah,
it is so insanely hard to beat them.
So damn good
because they're. I don't even think Mahomes. I may get a lot of heat for this. I'm not saying Mahomes isn't good because he's clutch and he makes plays, but if you ask me who made the better throws in this game, it's Josh Allen. He made multiple throws where I'm like, that's a way more impressive throw than Mahomes was making all night. Now, Mahomes owns him. It's just the truth.
The difference is, the difference to me is Mahomes makes the play when he has to make the play, right? Josh Allen got the ball. The Bills, not just Josh Allen. The Bills got the ball with 3.5 minutes left, down a field goal. That was your moment. He
made the throw, and Kincaid dropped.
Yeah, but that was tough. That's falling back. It's fluttering different. He had to readjust. He had to dive. He probably could have caught the ball. Kincaid would probably tell you he should have caught that ball. I don't put that on. I put that really on the Kansas City defense. Brought that crazy corner blitz. You never think they're going to do that, and they brought once again Spagnuolo drew up this crazy exotic blitz. Caught him by surprise on 4th and 5. But the difference is, how many times have you seen Mahomes in that situation? He goes and wins it. Every time he goes and wins it. It's like great throws throughout the game are awesome, but when you need to go do it, Josh Allen just hasn't been able to do it yet.
Mahomes is great. He's on his way to being top 5 if he's not already. It's close. There are multiple throws in this game where I'm like, that guy is wide open.
He's 8th year in the league, and he has more. He's second all time in wins in the playoffs. Eight seasons.
Devil magic. No, we're not even going to boil it down to coaching or anything. It's devil magic. Is what it is.
Where do we find it?
It is simply uncanny how they keep doing this, and all of America is fed up at this point. Nobody likes the Chiefs. I don't know anybody who's not a Chiefs fan who even tolerates them at this point. Most people hate them. It's ridiculous that even in a year where they can look so bad at times, they still win 15 games or however many they won.
It's a rope-a-dope. They rope-a-doped us.
And
the Chiefs rope-a-doped us the whole season. They're just toying with us. We're their food. They're playing with their food. They're just oh, yeah, let's try doing this weird stuff. Let's just try throwing left-handed the whole season, and we'll win by a score. And then we get to the playoffs, and then we turn it on. It's all about getting to the playoffs. They're all sitting in their room. They're sitting in their locker room. They're like, "Can you believe we played this crappy and we still only lost once?"
Yeah.
And they're like, "Nothing's stopping us. Look how bad we played. We can't play worse than that. We're gonna play great now."
But even in the games they play bad, it's maybe we got to redefine bad for the Chiefs, because I don't know. I can't really pinpoint the reason they're winning these games. Because
I can.
What?
Patrick Mahomes.
Just crazy. Why?
He makes the plays.
Yeah.
They go, Patrick, go win the game. Hey, no problem. I was planning to do that today. And then he goes and does it.
I don't know. I tend to think it's not just Patrick Mahomes. Honestly, the MVP of this potential three-peat has been the defense, which time and time again has gotten key stops in games that has helped him win. Let's not act like Brady didn't have a good defense either. There's a common theme here. Good defenses paired with great quarterbacks like this win games. If the Chiefs' defense sucked, they would not be winning this many games. So I'm not going to say it's all Mahomes. I think a big MVP here is the defense. And even in this game where the Bills were able to drive on them, when they needed it most, they got the stop. And that's not something that Josh Allen can say. Or Lamar Jackson even can say. It's just, they're really following the Patriot method. And Brady didn't win them all, but at a certain point, I'm not sure how this team loses. But the thing the only thing, I'm not even going to get into the future, but they got some older guys, so that could be the only way they stop. But right now, I don't even know. They seem pretty unstoppable.
We'll see, I guess. They beat Philly 2 years ago. 2 years ago. They beat Philly 2 years ago by a field goal at the end, right? Philly turned the ball over twice. So if Philadelphia rolls in with the defense they have and they play clean and Saquon goes off, they could beat the Chiefs.
Saquon isn't going to go off.
It's not going to happen. But Cook ran on him in the second half pretty well. That might be the key.
The problem with
people
the
get out of the run
is I do not trust Hurts and the passing offense one bit. Not one bit. And the problem is I trust every single operation the Chiefs do. I trust it. I know it's going to work out.
I hate it. I hate every single operation. It's
so stupid. I was losing my mind in this game, just knowing, even through all the false hope the Bills were giving us, that the Chiefs would win the game. You just knew it was going to happen. And
after the fourth down stop, it felt like
that was their chance. That was their chance because very rarely do you see teams put away Mahomes and the Chiefs. That was their chance to not put them away necessarily, but get a sizable lead. That instead of you playing catch up and Patrick getting the ball last, he's playing catch up and you get the ball last. That's what they needed to do. That's what you have to do with this guy. You have to be the last one to touch the ball. If he's the last one, it's over. And Josh Allen had another chance to do it, but I'm not going to blame it all on him because I thought he played a good game.
I think it's interesting. The Bills, not one game this year, including this one, did they lose the turnover battle.
It's just
they lost the turnover battle, but the crazy thing is not scoring when you have the ball against the Chiefs is like a turnover.
Yeah.
Especially in the playoffs. In the regular season, they didn't score very much. This is the first time all year they scored 30 points. But they do it at the right time.
Another big part of this game was losing Benford, and Elam came in, and that guy should not be on the roster. He should not board the plane back to Buffalo because he is horrible. He may be the reason they lost this game. Honestly, he let up so many bad plays all game that allowed the Chiefs to continue drives. It was horrible. It was horrible to watch. If the Chiefs have if the Bills have a fully healthy defense, because I know that I think one of their safeties was injured, and if Benford didn't leave the game, this could have been different because the Chiefs kind of attacked them all night.
It's interesting because he was a 2022 first-round pick,
Bust.
23rd.
He just looked lost out there. He did not look prepared whatsoever. So maybe that's coaching.
Trying to find out how much he played all year.
I don't know. I've heard his name before, but just disappointing.
Yeah, in 24, he played in 13 games. He had 26 total tackles. I think he just got in some backup duty here and there, but yeah, it's hard to...
I'm just so tired of this. So is everybody. It's just... You really thought this was the Bills' year. And I feel so bad for Josh Allen because, this was the year to do it,
Well.
But, maybe next year, Kelsey retires. Who knows what happens with, what's his name? Chris Jones. Maybe they get a chance, but it's also another year that they can draft more studs. So
go for the 4-peat.
Is it off the table at this point? I don't know.
It should be a good Super Bowl though.
I hope.
I don't think any team can blow the other one out.
It's just I just don't see I want the Eagles to win. Go Birds. I've said it to my buddies, go Birds, because please beat the Chiefs. I even went into the Chiefs game thinking, I don't know, if the Chiefs win, do I cheer for the Chiefs or the Eagles, I left the Chiefs game unequivocally saying, go Birds, because screw the Chiefs. It is so maddening. Packers don't even have a rivalry with these guys, but it's just, I think
it's the whole league. I mean, they did this with Kansas City, right?
Yeah, but here's the thing. This is the distinguishing factor between the Brady Patriots and the Mahomes Chiefs. The Brady Patriots was just about football. The Chiefs with Mahomes and Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce all mixed together, and I think the worst part right now is social media is at its highest. All that together just makes this even more unbearable to watch, because you don't even watch the Chiefs win. Immediately after, all of this content is shoved down your throat telling you how good the Chiefs are. And I want to call out Nick Wright, analyst for Fox. I hope the Chiefs lose and you are humbled, because you are way too high on this team right now, and you need to calm down, dude. You need to calm down. I mean, goodness, you'd think they've won 15 Super Bowls the way he talks. I mean, I get it. They're good.
Probably on their way.
The Chiefs are good, but
I mean, they're going to do the three-peat, the first team to do that. So
I don't know. It's never happened. I mean, this has never happened. A team has never won 2 Super Bowls in a row and then made the next one.
So they've already made history, right?
Yeah. And another thing, for all those people saying Mahomes is already the GOAT, that is ridiculous. That is absolutely ridiculous.
Why?
How can he be the GOAT when he hasn't even finished his career? You can say he's on track. Already. You can say he's on track. But Tom Brady not only leads him in Super Bowls, he leads them in touchdown passes, he leads them in yards. Obviously, he's played longer. Let Mahomes get there before you crown him the GOAT already.
Soon to be GOAT.
He's a great player. He's on his way. He already has 3. This could be his 4th. He could win his 5th next year. All I'm saying is, let's not crown him just yet.
Well, we're all the media is always into the next big flavor.
I get that, but
wait till Jaden Daniels has a sophomore slump. If he does, then maybe next year the class isn't as good. There won't be as many to talk about, but it's always that way. I agree. No, I agree with you. He's got to go earn it. I think Patrick Mahomes would say that too. Yeah,
I just I know there's people out there saying that he's the GOAT already, and that's just ridiculous to me. But
he's pretty damn good.
He's good. I just think I felt like this depressed over a non-Packers game.
Oh,
I'm not saying depressed, but just that feeling. It's man.
Well, it's a feeling of watching a game and you already kind of know where it's going to be at the end, that you're going to be hopeful stupidly for a second and then be like, oh, wait, yeah, never mind.
Yeah.
It's the Chiefs.
I just really thought they had it when they went up 22-21 and got the ball back.
I mean, they fought back. Kudos to the Bills. I mean, they gave it, I just want that franchise to just win one.
Just go.
Just go.
Go back.
Get back there, but it's not enough to get back there because you went there 4 straight years.
I know.
Get there and win it.
But I think it'd be so meaningful for them just to get past the Chiefs, because they just
sucks. That's what sucks about it for the Bills, though. You do get past the Chiefs, and then what if you don't win the Super Bowl and you spent a whole time getting past that? I mean, same thing Peyton Manning had to do, right? Eli with the Giants had to beat Tom in the Super Bowl. Peyton had to beat him to get to the Super Bowl and then worry about beating that team. So that's 2 kind of Super Bowl-ish games to get there,
Yeah.
If I'm playing Mahomes and if I want to beat Mahomes, I want to face him in the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
So that you can just actually beat him and win it all. Not beat him and then go lose, So,
man, I don't know.
Great game though. Entertaining.
It was a classic that's we talked for years, but
it was a great.
It would have been much better to be a classic where the Bills finally won.
Yeah,
that'd be way cooler.
Yeah,
and I just wish I was watching Josh Allen raise that trophy, whatever they get for winning this, and celebrating in the locker room, just to see some different faces out there. Go see a team who hasn't won the Super Bowl in a couple years, like I don't know, like nearly 8 years, 7 years, and see a team who they've never won a Super Bowl.
Bills, yeah.
Yeah, so like I'd rather see that than the Chiefs, obviously. And so would everybody else in this country. Maybe that's the one thing we can unite on in this country. The Chiefs suck to watch. They are they are. I mean, I don't think I've ever seen this sort of hatred to one team in my life.
Oh, it's just that they play disciplined. They just don't make the mistakes that other teams make. You gotta play perfect football. It's to beat them.
It's insane. I don't know. I look at their roster and I think, well, they don't have a running back who's particularly good. Oh, they don't have a receiver who's particularly good. Kelsey at 19 yards. All right. Their defense, I mean, their secondary is kind of whatever. Their linebackers are decent. Their line's all right. And here they are. It's uncanny. It makes no sense. Like, it makes sense why the Eagles are in the Super Bowl. They have Barkley. They have Jalen Carter on the D-line. I guess the Chiefs have Chris Jones, but like the Eagles got 3 good corners. The Chiefs got 1. You know, the Eagles got 2 great receivers. The Chiefs got none. Kelsey, it's a thing. Like the Texans game, it's like, well, Kelsey went off. That's why the Chiefs won. This game, where was he? Yeah. That's what doesn't make sense. There's no they are so consistent, but yet there's almost like no guarantees in their game. But it doesn't matter because they're just gonna win, and they'll always win.
Yep,
they're gonna win next year, and they'll win the year after that. As long as they have number 15 and Andy Reid and Steve Spagnuolo, they're going to win. It doesn't matter.
I mean, we'll see. You know.
I mean, I don't know.
I mean, obviously I've picked them the whole year. I just don't pick against them. It's a prove it to me. You gotta show me you can go beat them. And maybe that's what Philly will do. I mean, I give Philly a chance for sure. Philly's got a chance to do it. Do I think they will? No. Just because I won't pick against the Chiefs. But will I be cheering for Philly? Yes. I want to see somebody beat them, beat the Chiefs. So, yeah, we'll have to see.
This year's just so much different than last year. Because right now they truly feel unbeatable, and last year it's kind of like, I don't know. These guys are kind of sneaking through. But like this year, man, they're on a whole different level right now. And this is what they do in the playoffs. They just increase their game a whole nother step. But
yeah.
Hopefully, we get a good Super Bowl. We'll probably come out with a preview to that. Might talk about some other sports in between. I don't know. Maybe some MVP discussion in the NBA. Stuff like that. But, yeah, just feel bad for the Bills and Josh Allen. But they'll win one. They're going to win one Super Bowl with Josh Allen, at least. They have to. One of these times, Mahomes and the Chiefs are going to slip up a little bit.
I thought the same thing about Romo. It never happened.
Yeah, but I don't know. I mean, but that's the thing. It's like, I think in our mind, we think the Chiefs are unbeatable, but Brady didn't win every year.
Yeah.
And there were a couple years there that he didn't win for a while. So this can happen. This is possible. The Bills will win a Super Bowl. Joe Burrow will win a Super Bowl. Lamar Jackson will win a Super Bowl. I truly believe those 3 guys in the AFC will be able to win again.
Will Jordan Love?
No. I don't know. Who knows? I'm not going to say anything about the Packers. I don't know. Well, I have to wait and see on Jordan Love and the Packers this next season before I be super confident about where they are. But Thank you guys so much for watching.
Like and subscribe.
Go Birds. Sucks the Chiefs won. Feel bad for the Bills. Hopefully the Eagles can just show up in the Super Bowl and finally beat the devil magic, black magic of Mahomes and the Chiefs and Andy Reid and Steve Spagnuolo and those stupid fans. But yeah, just sucks. But thank you guys so much for watching. Like, subscribe, comment, check out TikTok, YouTube Shorts, Twitter for short form content. Thank you so much for watching. Have a good night and screw the Chiefs.